Hello, my name is Ashraf Sammy Hegab, and today I'm going to hopefully talk to you about the process of coming up with ideas and evolving those ideas into things that people actually use. And it's such an addictive and an amazing experience from at first using something to actually realizing that you can make a difference and actually see people using your features or products or things that you make. And I'm going to start this by giving you 3 different scenarios, personal scenarios that occurred to me throughout my career. First one, I'm going to rewind back to around 10 years ago when I was working in the games industry. And the games industry, it's amazing because you have these highly creative people just working one vibrant hub, and they're trying to make a difference into a game. But rather than today's app-centric world, back then, and still today in the games industry, team sizes were a lot bigger and budgets were a lot bigger. So we had very, very fixed agreements with publishers where we had to deliver features and milestones every single month, and these were agreed. So the scope for you actually introducing an idea into this milestone was very narrow. And because everyone else was creative, you had a lot of competitors. So if you wanted to get your idea in a game, you had to be very, very undercut about it. You just had to do it and hope that it stuck. But there was an idea that naturally got into a game. And at the time, we were working on a 50 Cent game. Now, 50 Cent is one of my heroes. I'm sorry. Not everyone else agreed. But he was going around causing havoc in this Xbox 360 game. It was a standard shoot 'em up, but there was something missing. So we were playing other games to try to figure out how we can improve it. And we were playing another game, and this game was based on the movie Scarface, which probably none of you guys know about, but it's an action game where you run around, cause havoc, and they had this really cool button where when you pressed it, he quoted one of the lines from the movie and just like danced around a little bit. And I loved it because I loved Scarface as well. So I went around the studio, running around saying, we need something like this, we need an idea like this. And lo and behold, a couple of months later, the lead designer, he loved it and he put it in the game. And this made the game slightly better than what it was. And I thought I was a genius. I thought I'd come up with the most amazing idea to copy an idea from another game and apply it to our game. And if we just pause that for a second, that's all I'd done. I'd taken one idea for one game and just copied it into a compatible feature on another game. So I'm just going to stop that story right there and fast forward to about 10 years later. So now I'm in the startup world, working on tools and technology, and I'm in China last month. And we're exhibiting at one of the internet conferences over there in Beijing. And I met this founder for this company working on a social blogging platform. Now you have to use social if you use the term blogging nowadays, where all he'd done was he'd create a really simple user experience where you sign in and you can just post your blogs, your news, your stories, your pictures, your videos in a really simplified form. And it was gaining traction in the market. It even has one of the co-founders of Skype invest in this product. And it's very, very hot in Singapore, where it's about to launch. And all he'd done was copy a blogging platform from desktop and made it work on mobiles. Copying. Now the third example I'm going to go into right now, which happened 2 weeks. Now my friend on Facebook, he was messaging me on Facebook chat saying, guys, you need to join this amazing social network for Arabs. I clicked on the link they provided, and it was a social network for Arabs with the most horrendously designed user interface in the history of the world. It had like so many features, and it just cramped up my screen. I said, dude, I'm not signing up to this. And he was upset, he was hurt, he was saying, you're judging a book by its cover. And I'll go into that in a little bit later, but free products right there, free features, and all they are, they're ideas, and they're just copied off other products. That's what ideas are. They're the copying of other products. The first one, we've taken a feature from a complementary product and we put it into another one. Now, there was a lot of work put in to actually make it good, but it's like a song. You have a cool guitar strum, and you take it into another song, you mix it up a bit, and you have a new song. Let's take the second copy. You've taken one product from a web desktop platform into a new platform, a mobile platform. This has occurred throughout our history. We've taken words into stories, stories into books, books into movies. If anyone saw Apple's WWDC event yesterday, you had this startup working on a game that you'd normally play on a mobile phone. You're actually playing it in real life using remote control cars. This is huge, and this occurs everywhere. Now, the last idea, although I've berated it slightly, it happens all the time as well. Facebook wasn't the first social network. They took social networking and they applied it to university students. They applied it to another demographic. Airbnb, they've taken eBay and applied it to people who want to rent out rooms. So these ideas are occurring all the time. Now, let's think about this and let's say, how does this apply to you? You can come up with an idea and you can take on these behemoths. You can make a movie script. Okay, the cost of entry is high, but you're going to learn so much from that experience of writing a movie. You can take Facebook and make your own social network. You probably will fail, but you might not. But you're going to learn so much from it, and your CV is going to be amazing. But if we look at the problems that you're facing every single day, what you're suffering from, if you were asked me to tackle this problem for you, I'd probably just say, okay, let's just make a really stupid game, and some of you actually might play it. Or maybe I might be a bit tech junky about it and say, okay, these platforms, they're emerging, maybe I can use my mobile phones, place it around school desks, and have the words that the speakers speak turn into words on mobile phones, which gets uploaded to a Wikipedia page, and that way knowledge can be shared, and I can use several phones to filter out the noise levels. Okay, it's a bit tricky to implement, but how do I know people will actually want to use it? I don't. So you need to ask people, am I going to invest all my time and effort on this amazing, fantastical project? And is anyone going to use it? A lot of smart people, what they do, they usually just have a landing page, which is a web page, with a very simple message, maybe a nice picture, saying, we are going to reinvent taking notes. Are you interested? And if people are interested, that gives me an excuse to go on this adventure. There's a lot of crowdfunding platforms right now, for example, Kickstarter, Indiegogo, where you can actually just speak your idea. People like it, they'll actually give you money to do it. This is an amazing opportunity for you guys to apply this right now. What is your industry doing to solve your problems? Now, they're converting physical books into ebooks, which allows the easier sharing of knowledge, and this is good. But there's one thing. Right now, every single day in your lives, you're facing problems that I or no one else knows about. You're experiencing things that I will have no clue. And these experiences are problems to you. And because they're problems to you, you need to solve them. And because you need to solve them, there's a hunger, there's a passion behind that that will make you realize if you can solve that, you're going to benefit more. So it means you're going to be more passionate about that problem. So you might not realize it, but compared to everyone else, right now, you are in a unique position to turn those experiences you face every single day of your lives into something that no one else can do. And I encourage you to do that. Thank you very much for your time.